Welcome back to the morning show. It's time for Wise Gals Wednesday, and we are having fun with ice this morning.
Pam Leiter, who manages the Homer Lake Interpretive Center, joins us now to talk about how snow makes beautiful scenery at the forest preserves. And she's got a few icy activities that you can try at home, too. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning. Yes, it's really warm today, but it is December and snow is coming soon. Last time I was with you guys, we talked about how to stay warm in the winter, and today we're talking about things that are cold, like snow and ice. At the forest preserves, when it does snow eventually, and it will, the landscape is just beautiful. And we have a few photos to show you guys, photos 1 through 3. We just love for people to come out and visit the forest preserves and see the ice and the snow and the landscape and the nature. It's just a totally different world than it is in the summertime. So especially when there's fresh ice or fresh snow out there, it forms all these neat patterns and kind of nature sculptures, I guess you could say. And just beautiful. Look at that scene with the ice on the lake and the snow and the morning sun coming up. It's just gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about people heading out there when I guess it starts to get icy, if they're going to be on some of those salty roads as well.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, when the snow comes, it means that we shovel our sidewalks, we put ice on the road, or salt on the roads to melt the ice, and on our sidewalks. And and the reason why that works is because the way water freezes, and the reason why it's so beautiful is because of why water freezes. So water, I have a couple of water molecules here to show you guys. Of course, water is H2O, 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen molecule. So here's my orange hydrogens and my oxygen molecule here, and they form kind of a triangle. So when they freeze, they want to all line up like this to form crystals, and that's why snowflakes look really so beautiful with all the crystals and angles that they have in them. And we have a photo of a snowflake yeah, there we go. Look at that, so gorgeous. And that's because these molecules of the water, of the H2O, are lining up in very organized ways that make those crystals. Now, and that just turns out so beautiful. But when you mix something in, like a salt molecule, I've got my sodium chloride, just regular table salt, 1 sodium molecule, 1 chloride molecule. When that dissolves in water, it just kind of gets in the way of the salt or the water wanting to make those really kind of organized crystals. And it takes a lot colder temperatures to get it to freeze. So let me show you a quick demo of that. So I have 2 containers here. One, that's pure water. I don't know if you can see that with the sunshine the way it's at. You can't read it very well. And the other one is water plus salt. So the water one, and these have both been in my freezer for a few hours, same amount of time. The water one, it's a solid block of ice, right? So it's just like pure ice, totally frozen. But the one that has salt mixed into it, it's still pretty liquidy. You can see the water kind of coming out of that. So all that salt in there is not letting it freeze. And we can actually, I got my thermometer again this month, and we'll measure how cold this mixture of water and salt is. Now we know that water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Mm-hmm. So this water and salt mixture is actually colder than that. It's at about 18 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's still really liquidy. And that's because it's got salt mixed into it. So interesting thing to think about, that even if it's 18 degrees out, when there's salt on the roads, it's still really slushy and wet and able to melt off the roads.
Very cool. So yeah. Pam, you also have a little activity that parents can do with their kids. A lot of people are, at home still. Yeah. So we need some more activities.
Right. Awesome. Yes. So quickly cool activity you can do with the kids is you get a ice cube fresh out of the freezer, and you can put it in a container, kind of like this one. I got this one because it kind of shows it really, really well. And you put it in that container, and the challenge is for the kids is how can they get that ice cube out of the container without touching it, and all they have is a string. Only thing they can use. So think about, like, what could the kids come up with as far as like different hypotheses, different ways of getting it out of there. And spoiler alert, I'm going to show you how to do it.
Yes.
So without touching it with your fingers, and you only have the string, the trick is you get the string wet. So I'm going to dip it in some water, get the string nice and wet, get it out, and then I can lay it right on the ice cube, wait a few seconds, just kind of laying it on there. And what's going to happen is that the water in the string is going to freeze to the ice cube.
Oh, okay.
And it'll
There you
just
have it.
sift right out. So there's the secret for that. Yeah, super fun. Let them try some things out. Stretch the time out. Let the kids make a loop. Let them try a bunch of different things, and then show them the trick. And it's kind of like magic. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty slick right there. I'm just thinking of A Christmas Story when they put their tongue on the Christmas
on the pole
there and get stuck there. I'm kind of thinking about that. That's kind of, I guess, the same idea a little bit. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's why wet things stick to frozen things. So don't ever
don't do that.
Don't do that.
You can do the ice cube in the string though.
It's a different activity we don't want to do. So Pam,
right.
after the Christmas season is over, trees can actually be dropped off at Homer Lake and Lake of the Woods. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. Every year, once folks are done with their Christmas trees, they can take all the decorations off, and there's a couple of drop-off spots at the forest preserves. There's one at Homer Lake and one at Lake of the Woods where you can drop off your Christmas tree. And then once the lake freezes over, what the staff do is they attach them to some weights. So they've attached them to some cinder blocks here, and they put them out on the lake so that when the lake thaws and the trees just sink down to the bottom of the lake, and they provide fish and aquatic animal habitats in the lake. So you can have your tree providing fish habitat at Homer Lake or Lake of the Woods if you drop it off.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's great. Smart idea. Yeah. If people have any questions whatsoever, what is a good way to contact you?
Yeah, good question. They can call any of our offices, or they can go to our website or Facebook pages to find out more information. And again, most of our offices are closed. Most of our offices are closed to the public for coming in, though we still are in the offices and answering phones. The only place you can actually go in is our golf course pro shop right now. They're still open to the public. But again, you can call us, you can message us on Facebook or anything like that, and we'll get back to you right away.
All right, Pam, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you this Wednesday.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Jack's got your forecast right after this break. We'll be right back.